Today's video is going to be on this ice shanty. I did an ice shanty video, just doing a review on this and a homemade wood stove that I had in it. And I've gotten a bunch of questions on it, so I'm going to continue on with it. What I want to show you real quick though when we get started here is this door is 2 foot wide. Exactly 24 inches wide, and it is 67 inches tall, okay? And I'm 5'10", and with this up on these blocks, which if you have your shanty on the ice, you're going to probably use some 6x6s like this to put your shanty up on so the skis don't get frozen in. As you can see, I'm 5'10". You can see the clearance I have and how I have to step up. You can get right in here, no problem. I've got pretty wide shoulders, and you don't have any trouble at all. When you're coming out, and actually if I keep going, you can see I'm going to be hitting my head right here, but you come out, you're kind of stepping down anyways, so you have that clearance. So we took that into consideration when we made it. I'll start at the beginning here. What we did was, so we started with the base. We had a basic idea, but no plans that we went by. So what we did was started at the base and just made a platform. And this platform, as you can see right here, this 2x4 is notched into the ski right here. Okay, we did that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The platform is just one sheet of plywood in here on the floor, right here. So that's a 4x8 sheet, and you can see right here, 3/4 inch thick. All right, this is the 2x4. This you see notched in right over here. All right, the ski in the front is cut like this, a little bit of a hoop-de-doo there, and this is cross-country ski that we found at the dump. This year I'm going to replace these cross-country skis with these snowboards that I found at the dump. I'll cut them in half and put them on the front. I'll get more flotation. It hasn't been an issue yet, but it may be. So anyways, that's what we did with the base. Just notched out these 2x4s, made this right here. It's 8 foot from there all the way to the other end. Well, if I don't break my light, I'll show you. Alright, all the way down here, this is 8 feet from that end to that end. We have 1 foot sticking out here and 1 foot on the other. This is the bottom ski is just 2x6 treated. Okay, so 2x6 treated, notched out the same, just like that, and then the plywood put down on the top and screwed down through the 2x4s, through the plywood, right into the ski. All the way down through there. All the way across the front. So you've got a nice 4x8 platform to start with. Next, we'll come inside. Okay, the next thing we did was framed out the side wall. This bottom piece is a 2x4 that we ripped in half, and these studs are 2x2s that are 16 inches on center, just like you would a house. We have some 2x4s for stiffeners right here. This helps stiffen it up. That's for the bench seat that I talked about, and the windows help stiffen it up. So 16 inches on center, and the height of this wall is 5 feet. So back outside here, what we did was I stood there, we put 5 feet measured to my shoulder, and that puts my shoulder height inside right at this level. Okay? And so this distance from here to out here is 1 foot. So 5 foot up from the floor, it's 1 foot wider. That's how we came up with that. Got more shoulder room in there than just being right here would be the wall. So now I can walk in, my shoulder, my arm, everything is in this area. It gives you more space. It really opens it up in there. So You can play with that height if you want to and make it however you want. Now, we did cut these studs on the wall at an angle on the bottom, right down here, and also on the top, which you can see better over here by the window behind the thermometer. All right, and they're just screwed down through the top, right on there, and everything's just screwed together. All right, so once we had the walls, the two side walls done, then we just took a 6-foot board, 2x2 right here, and we went from that corner over there. You can't see it because it's behind that flashing, but we went from that corner to this corner, and that's what held our walls in place. So just that going back and forth. So it's pretty tippy at that point, but then we started bracing it up. So right here, we went with this 2x2 down to the center of the floor. You can see that one at an angle back there that comes up to the wall. Came off from that to the ceiling, the roof rather, and just framed it out like that. We knew we wanted a window, we put that in there, and basically built around that one piece that was holding the walls in, that's 6 foot long. Now I'm pretty sure we knocked off 3 inches for that, 1.5 inches on this side, 1.5 inches on that side, to take in consideration the thickness of the studs. I'm not positive on that, but as you're building yours, you can just think a little bit before you do your cutting. Once we get the end walls on, that's this end wall down here as well. Once we got the end walls on, then you can see we cut this out for the door. This is a 2x4, stiffen it up a little more on this end since we have the door right there with nothing in it. And just cut the door out here so that when it closes, the door is actually going to be hitting against this right here. So on the inside, not going to be able to close it all the way because of my cable, but you can see how it comes in together. This latch, we just latch like that. So that's basically it. Once we got the sides up and the end walls up, we started in with the roof, and this is just 2x2s again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and took 1x3s. There's one at the peak, one in the middle, and one on the bottom. Put that right onto our 2x2s, and that's it. The top is 92 inches tall. Now 92 inches to the peak, right up there on the very peak of this trim wood, until you come right down here to the floor. Okay, right to here. So 92 inches from there up is what we made ours. And again, no rhyme or reason. I think we just got building, and that's the way it came out. So that ought to help anybody out. The insulation we found at Lowe's, it's only this thick, and it comes in a big accordion looking sheet, and it was fairly cheap. We just cut it out, stuck it in there like that. If you have a wood burning stove like that one, it will melt the insulation behind it if you get crazy throwing wood on there trying to heat it up. But that flashing really helps out with that. So then the metal roofing, I had some leftover metal roofing, just put that up there real quick, and some of the screws that came through, we ground them off like this right here. Just took a grinder and ground it off real quick so we wouldn't be banging our heads or anything on them. But that's it. I hope the video helps with any questions anybody might have. I know it's hard for me to video with my my GoPro in here. It wants to do the fisheye lens, and I try and remove it, but it doesn't always come out how it's supposed to. But this building does lean out, so that gives it kind of an open kind of look anyway. So if you have any questions, I guess I didn't talk about the ridge beam here. It's just a 2x4 screwed right in, and that's it. You've seen it all. Every bit of it. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. And if anybody else is building one like this, we got ice fishing season is getting ready to rev up. The lakes up here just had a skimming of ice, and then the weather warmed up. It'll probably be gone in a day. But hunting season is ending in 4 more days. So everybody's getting their ice fishing stuff ready. So 'tis the season. Again, hope this video helped out. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. And thanks for watching. Subscribe and share this with your friends. And if you do build one of these shanties this year, make sure you put a link to it, put a picture on something, and let me know so we can take a look at it. If you got any upgrades or different ideas, let me know. All right, well, thanks for watching.